What should I do when I feel very angry at my parents? So today I want to address this issue because there were a lot of times when growing up in a household where our parents kept criticizing us or forcing us to do things their way. It somehow one of the reactions that we would come at is anger, and I want to address that. First of all, I want to say that there's nothing wrong with reacting that way. I remember when I was growing up, a lot of times I was very short, and to the point with my mom would try to speak to me. I'll be like, well, what do you want? Or like saying things like, well, I don't care. It's a very short sentences, and I would like jab it back at her, and she would get mad at me for doing that. And so that would be one way for me to react to her. And then another way would be for me to brace myself, to make sure that I have this protective gear to protect me. I remember there were so many times my phone would ring, and when I see that it was my mom, I'll have to take a deep breath in and say hello, and she would say whatever that she needed to say, and I wouldn't say anything back because first of all, I didn't know how to. Second of all, is I don't want to. And right after hanging up the call with her, I would start talking to someone else, to my husband or to my friend, and the tears would start pouring down my face, just because it was so much that I was absorbing or was trying to deflect, that all of these needs to come out. And I want to share this with you all because there is nothing wrong with the way that you're reacting to them, because these are the ways that our body has grown to developed to protect ourselves. It's either to hide, right, to flight, or to fight, to throw it back at them, because this is the way of survival. When it's in a very unsafe environment, like it could be physically unsafe or emotionally unsafe or mentally unsafe, it's our body's way of protecting us. So if at all you're feeling that you're coming to your parents with anger just because you wanted to make sure that you protect yourself, I would like to invite you to first of all say there's nothing wrong with this. I know that somehow there's a lot of guilt and shame for being disrespectful to our parents, and yet there's nothing has gone wrong, because this is part of our body trying to protect us. And so how we go about doing this is, when I work with my clients, is that I would invite those different parts to come out to talk. When that anger part come out, what does it want to say? And then the scared part that wants to hide behind the mask, what does that want to say? And so I would give voices to all of those different parts. And then there's you. There's the you who is very conscious of all of these things happening. But all of these parts are trying to protect the other side of you, because all of these parts kind of developed so that it can help you cope. It's a mechanism to cope with the situation. And so when we pull off all of these voices out, and then you'll be like, okay, well, I understand that now. And they want to be heard, because a lot of times the anger, what it masks is that it's the pain, it's the hurt, it's the unfairness that we can't speak out. So being able to pull all of these voices out is so important, because then we can dive deeper to uncover what is it that is trying to protect, and how we can go about coming in another way. So we'll say something like, okay, well, now you anger, once you have set your peace, how can we set up our boundaries so that if this thing happens again, then I can come on to fix this problem. So there's a lot of different things that are happening, but first of all, it's to let ourselves know that there is nothing wrong with these reactions. It's just the fact that right now, at this moment, this part is still trying to protect you because it was protecting you at some point in your life and it was working. And now you have evolved into a point that it's not working anymore. So how do we heal this part? And then we can move on and grow. So that's all I'm going to say today. If it gives you any aha moments, or if you want to share a little bit more about yourself, I would love for you to share your situation with me or scenario with me. And I would love to hear from you, because it's not just me sharing my experiences with you, but it's also you sharing your voice with me so that we can walk this journey together. And that's it for today. I just want to say that I love you, I believe in you, and let's do this work together, because I believe that you have a voice that's worth standing for.